here's one of the issues I'm having. So we got a square drain on the turbo. We have a square gasket that matches the hole. But as we can see here, round flange, square gasket hole. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trace that outline and try to match it as much as I can with a little Dremel. See if I can open it up and help the draining of the turbo. See how that goes. Sweet. Got that all done. Finished up. Gasket matches the flange perfectly. So one thing I noticed. So first I was using this white bit that I had gotten from Harbor Freight. See if I can get this to focus. And it really wasn't doing anything. It was heating up the flange itself. I wasn't able to hold it for that long. Then I used this other one next that I had in my Dremel box. It was working better, but this one too was heating up the flange after a couple minutes. I wasn't able to hold on to it. And then finally I switched over to this bit. That worked awesome. Didn't heat it up, and it took off material exactly how you wanted. So if you're looking at shaving down some aluminum, something like this is what you're looking for. Alright, making some good progress. Pretty much got the engine bay cleaned up, got all the bolts picked up from around the fenders, the front cowling cleaned up. So recap on what we're having done. So I'm having the flange changed back to a divided on the HKS manifold. For whatever reason, the person behind me put an open flange. So put that back. What else? We're going to weld on the bungs for the catch can on the head. So we're probably going to go here and here. Get that done. What else? Going to get rid of, remember these caps on this coolant pipe that goes around the block. See if I can have him weld those shut for me. What else? Need to change these mounts for the radiator. Since I'm using an IS300 radiator, they're spaced out a little bit more apart. So I'll see if he can do that for me. Well, he's gonna do that for me. What else? Gonna mount the intercooler up front, and as well as making the turbo back exhaust and wastegate dump. Gonna go open dump. So as for exhaust, I'm gonna see how big you can go with it that'll fit under the car. You know, hopefully 3.5. If 4-inch will fit, I go 4-inch. So sweet. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to jack the car up and make sure everything's buttoned up underneath. I think the only thing I don't have under there that I need to get on is there's like a drive shaft loop. I don't know, it looks like it's just a bar that goes from the driver's side to the passenger side under the car. Looks like if the drive shaft fell, it would catch it. So I'm going to put that on just in case it interferes with the exhaust. Sweet. Alright, well, I think we're ready. Got everything set up to have AAA come tomorrow. Got the engine base set up. Ended up painting the valve cover. Last thing I wanted to do was send my car to a shop with a red coil cover on it. So I just quickly painted it. I mean, it's raining out, so it wasn't the best thing, but it actually looks pretty good in flat black. I kind of like it. I'll probably leave it just like that. So got that on, got the hood on. What else did I do? Just cleaned up a few things. You know what? I thought I had more crap under the car, but that's really all I had right there. So I'm going to do a bunch of cleaning in the garage while the car is gone. What else did I do? Oh, actually, I'm not done yet. I need to finish cleaning up that passenger side, clean it up inside there. And I loaded up everything that Hutch is going to need. Got the intercooler strapped in. Got the wastegate with the V-band, fire ring. Got the bungs that we're gonna weld on the valve cover. Got 2 bungs. Got that. Then everything else, the exhaust, he has everything. Wastegate dump he's gonna do. And what else? Mounting the intercooler and just welding up a few other things for me. So sweet. Car's coming along. Kind of excited to see it leave the garage and get some work done. Money. Woo! Alright, this is actually the first time I've had the car out probably since I bought it, and I pressure washed it almost 6 months ago. So the tow truck is on the way here. I'm gonna tow it over to the Fab shop. I just washed it. Don't want to show up to the Fab shop with a dirty car. Kind of representing yourself as well when you drop it off. But look, not bad. Looks better on camera than it does in person. But let's open up. Not bad. So sweet, just waiting for the tow truck driver to get here. I'm gonna go ahead and put some air in the tires, make it easier to push around the shop for a hutch, and that'll be it. Sweet, got my tow truck driver Chris here. Send the car off. What's up? Finally dropped it off. So, out here at Hutch's. Hopefully a few weeks and I'll have it back. Currently how my garage looks without the car here, but we were just at the shop and obviously it's going to be done shortly. Hutch said I should be able to pick it up in a couple days. So next thing I got to do right now is I'm going to start ordering supplies to make the engine harness. That way I can do something with the time while the car's not here. So I'm going to go inside and start making a list of what I need. I was going to start doing this inside, but it's kind of nice out. Figured I'll come out here, sit in the garage. It's not all that cleaned up, but figured I'd come in and enjoy the weather. So what I'm doing right now is actually made a list right here, or started to put a list together of what I think I'm going to need: types of plugs, wiring, braided wiring loom, crimps, labels, heat shrink, all that, how much I think of everything. So while I'm doing that, I'm watching HP Academy and watching their wiring series. You know, always helps to learn some more. And while it's playing in the background, I'm looking up connectors, crimpers, see what I can find, and looking for everything that I have on my list. So that's kind of what I'm trying to knock out right now, and hopefully I can get everything ordered tonight. So when I get the car back, I can get started on that right away. Special delivery. So I bought her motor on a whim. Hold that, let me back them up. Looking good, looking good. Keep coming, keep coming. Keep coming, keep coming. Keep coming. Can anyone tell what it is yet? Out here checking out the exhaust and some of the fab work I'm getting done. Got the screamer pipe, exhaust, straight 3-inch. Straight, no muffler. I keep laughing, the 3-inch looks really small, but it is what it is. Well, just made it back over here to pick up the car. See how it looks. Got the intercooler mounted. Mounted IS300 radiator. That mounts. Welded the valve cover. Full exhaust. Put a new T4 divided flange on it. Dump tube. Welded shut. This water pipe that everyone gets done. I go over it more once I get home, but now I'm just waiting for the tow truck. Sweet. On my way home, trying to beat the Cressida home. And it looks pretty good on the tow. I mean, it looked better driving, but it looks pretty good up there on the tow truck. Starting to get excited again. It's been a while since I've had it, almost a month now. So, looking forward to making this harness. Should be a good learning experience. And I gotta get home, look at the engine, see what connectors I'm gonna need for it, order them, and then I can get started on that. And I beat the tow truck driver here. Cleared out the side of the garage for it, made room. I'm gonna get as far over as I can on that side of the garage so I can still park the daily on this side of the garage and have room. What I'm gonna do different this time when I get the car here is I'm gonna put the car in nose in. That way I can work over here on the wiring, not have to stand out there in the sun. So that's why I loaded it that way on the tow truck this time, so he'll be able to back the tow truck up here, unload it directly on here. Hopefully I won't have to push it much. Then I'll be able to set up a light over here, work in the front over here on the harness, and on the passenger side over here where I'm gonna mount the AEM. So set me up, get fans, lights, stay out of the sun, and should be good. Now I'm just waiting for tow truck guy. I'm having a stroke. The tow truck guy to find the house and get started on that. First thing I gotta do is verify all the plugs I'm gonna need to order to make the harness. And you know, I was about to order plugs the other day. You know, I showed that, but last thing I want to do is miss one, so I'm gonna just go through the engine and mark them down as I see them. Start on one side, start at the bottom, work my way up, go across, and verify everything that I need. Yep. Hopefully he'll be here soon. Well, while I'm waiting on the Cressida, got a package. Guess I'll go ahead and open it, see what we got. So, in that box was another box. Actually, the seals were broken on it. It says inspect before installing, so let's go ahead and inspect it. So I bought the flying lead harness for the AEM. Like I said, I'm gonna make my own harness. That's the next step. So, what do we got? Let me lay it out. All right, finally got the Cressida back in the garage. I had to put the jack under it, move it around where I wanted it. But now that it's here, gonna go ahead and make a list of all the plugs I'm gonna need for the harness. And then go ahead and order those so I can get started on the harness. So let me get that list started. All right, feeling good. Got counted all the plugs I'm gonna need, jotted them down, took pictures of them, so when I go order them, I know what I need. And went over here and spread out the AEM harness I'm gonna start working with, and it's pretty easy the way it's laid out. You have, what is this, injectors, coils, wideband, power, and accessories, two-step fuel pump and all that. Pretty simple. Got some parts coming in for the wiring harness. I open this up, see what we got real quick. And in here, crimp tool. See what we got. Ended up ordering that 2-blade open barrel crimping tool. Let me open up the bag. there it is, all of its glory. Pretty much the main ingredient for this harness. If I can get this to focus. You can see how those teeth are set up. So obviously it'll do different size wires, 14 up to 24. See how that works. I had someone recommend these. I'll do a few test crimps obviously before I start going on the actual harness. But sweet, parts starting to arrive, and we'll get started as soon as they start showing up. We'll start laying it out and crimping stuff on. Looking forward to it. And the package I've been waiting for, the final connectors, or all the plugs, or most of them at least. See if I can get this open up with one hand and go through what we got. Well, kind of sucks it's not labeled. So I ordered these from KSV. Are the KSV looms? Yep, KSV looms. Injectors. And coils. Alright, finally get started on this wiring harness. Yep, got a couple packages in. Let me show you a preview. Maybe you can guess where that Marlin crawler. And I had to order a Chinese connector off eBay. There's a website I was using didn't have this one. So let me open them up real quick. Show you what I got. All right, ended up getting this 3-pin plug, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it's for, but order it, so obviously I must need it. Pins, connector, and then from Marlin Crawler I got the VSS, the vehicle speed sensor, that converts it to an electronic signal. So I wire that in, and my whole plan with the car is to do a aftermarket dash, so I'm sure that'll make it a lot easier having that. And what else? I'm gonna hook that up to the ECU. I can use it for rolling anti-lag or launch control. Set it up for under a certain mile per hour, it can activate versus using a clutch signal that I don't have right now. So 2 more pieces to the puzzle that I got in, and I've been slacking on working on the car. Just life happens. But gonna jump back into it here soon, and it's gonna be working on the harness. But I need to pull the heater out of the car. So you see that this right here, I'm gonna get out. And where's the other one? There's another one. Hold on. Where is it? See right there. I can take that one out, take the whole heater out, get that out. I'm gonna use that as my grommet entrance for the harness. So to keep it nice and clean, you're not gonna have the harness that comes up and around over here to come into the stock location right there. So it'll clean up the engine bay a lot. No idea how to take out the heater. I've never taken a dash out of a car before, so that'll be a new one for me. Try to find the manual online. I'll try to buy something to guide me through, but if not, just start taking shit off and putting it back together. But that's it for now. Hopefully I get started on the harness soon. I do enjoy collecting stickers for the toolbox of parts that I actually have on the car. One more. Bam. All right, quick update on what's going to be coming up in the next video. So wiring harness laid out, got most of the plugs. So next video I'm going to lay out the wires a little bit better, put the plugs into the connectors, see what I'm missing, make a list, order what I'm missing. And also one thing I don't have the sheathing to put on the wires to tidy it up, nor do I have the heat shrink to put on them either. And like I was saying earlier, I'm also gonna have to figure out how to take out the heater core so I can use those holes to run the harness, clean up the engine bay a lot. So that's what I have to look forward to next video. I know I've been slacking. It's been a long time. Just life coming at you pretty quick. But it's all starting to come together. It's kind of down to this last piece of the puzzle. And then hopefully be riding soon. So look forward to that. All right. Next vid coming out soon.
Filming.
What is it, John?
YouTube, comment, like this video if you like it. Watch some more if you don't like it. Horrible. Doing horrible.